Morning everyone, it is the 4th of January 2023 and it's a muggy hot day today. Overcast but muggy and hot. Sorry it's been a while that I've done a video. I ended up, as you know, I had a chest infection. I then ended up getting the dreaded COVID. A lovely friend of mine gave it to me. Awesome. And then my husband got it, but thankfully Miss 7 and Miss 9 did not get it. But Miss 14 did get it, although she wasn't here. She got it from somewhere else. And everyone is all, feeling a lot better. Don't recommend it. It's not a nice thing to get, and I did everything I could to avoid it, and we still managed to get COVID. Thank you if you've stuck by me and not disappeared because I haven't done a video for a while, but that is the reason why I haven't done a video for a while. And then Christmas came, so I was dealing with everything with Christmas. But now that that's all over with, apart from the fact I still have my Christmas window display, I'll pop some pictures in at the end of the video to what my Christmas window display looks like. Apart from that, thank you for staying by, and welcome to all new members, welcome to all members that have stuck with me from the start. And I guess here we go. It's going to be a longish one because I'm combining this with Progress and WIP Parade at once. Now the WIPs I'm showing are only the ones that I've worked on since I started FlossTube. I didn't see the point in showing WIPs that have no changes since I started FlossTube, so those are all still on the shelf. These ones are the only ones I'm going to show. Some of the finishes I won't be able to show because I gave them away a few days ago to some lovely people, friends that came down and visited us from Hamilton, which is past the middle of the central North Island, and I'm down at the bottom of the North Island of New Zealand. But I will show one finish. I'm going to do this out of wax, so it is what it is. I will be having my Miss 7 who's going to be assisting me. Because I have my window display, I don't have the room to put things down here once I show them. So I'll be passing them to her and she's going to put them on the other end of the couch. So she's my little helper for the morning. So the first one I'm going to show is a start and a finish I did in about 3 days in December. And this is a Carolyn Manning designs of snowmen. I can't remember the exact ones, but I think they're Caroling Friends. That's it, Caroling Friends from Carolyn Manning. I did a mirror image of it, changed the colour of the hats, changed the colour of the bird, used some musical note charms. I painted a piece of MBF board with some metallic lovely blue sparkly paint, used some organza ribbon, stuck a snowflake, used some pom-poms around the side. I'm really happy with how that finished. I don't do full finishes often, so I'm really happy with how that's turned out. And I used a bit of felt on the back because I've got the ribbon behind it. Just keeps it all nice and tidy. And even though Christmas is over with, but I'm not likely to pull it down because I really like how it's turned out. And I had that over beside my Christmas tree on a small wooden stand, and I really love how that one turned out. But I'll pop that one over on the table because that's where it was. So yeah, I really enjoy how that one turned out. It has specialty fibres in it called cat hair. But we'll just pop that over there for now. I worked on a couple of other little designs. Now, this may be, I don't know, you might call it a big announcement. Because I had COVID, I couldn't concentrate on looking at charts. And it was just doing my head in, causing more headaches than I was already experiencing, to which I'm still getting some of the headaches. So I decided to just grab some small pieces of fabric and some of my silk floss, and I thought I would do some imagination pieces. Just pull some designs out of my head basically. So these aren't charted as of yet, they're just designs I've made up to keep me occupied while I was going through the COVID. So this is the first one I did. Just some specialty stitches, some crosses, there's a few beads added onto that one. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. And once my husband goes back to work, because he's a huge distraction when trying to chart, but once he goes back to work I'll be able to get them charted up and we'll see what happens after that. No name for them yet. If you can think of a good name, leave a comment. This is the second one I did. A lot more beads in that one, some metallic floss. I think there's metallics in there. Yes. A lot more beads, a lot of specialty stitches. I really had fun making these. It really helped with the headaches that I was experiencing, and you know, I know doing stuff like this and headaches generally not a good mix, but for me it was a good mix. A little bit of black work in the corners. So yeah, once my husband's back at work I'll get them charted up. And a third one, which I have started, and I'd say I think half of it's done now. I'll get the rest of it done. And the colours I'm using is Silks for You. This one's from the June 2022, and I apologise for the state of my nails. I was dyeing fabric yesterday and didn't put gloves on. Oh well. Oh, that one's Silks for You PR 148. This is one of the seasonal packs. This is the March 2022 one. And I think the blue one is from the June 2022 one. Silks pack. And I'm going to put a little bit of silk lame on in this one. And this is where I'm up to so far with it. So I'm really enjoying doing these, but I'll get back to this one soon and get it finished up and obviously chart it up. No names for these as of yet. I'll just pop these ones over here because it's got the threads all attached. So in no particular order of when I stitched these, I will start off with the ones that I have. And I apologise I don't have before pictures because I kind of don't keep the pictures. If you want to see before pictures, my video number 2 was when I did my WIP braid. So just go and have a look at that. So this was Aquamarina. Now I know when I started back on this from my WIP braid, I virtually just had this tail done. So since going back to it, I have got the tail and all of the beads on that bottom section, and I've started on the top half. So I'm really happy with how that's turning out. This is on a colour cascade fabric. I cannot remember the name. I think I've got it written down in my book, but I haven't got that over here with me. But that's Aquamarina from Filipina on a 28 count hand-dyed fabric from Colour Cascade. And I really love some of the beads. Some of the beads are just stunning. And there's a lot of them. As you can see, there's a lot of beads. I love these little green ones, they're gorgeous. So that's that one. So I'll put these ones over here. Now, from now on I'll be passing the rest over to my daughter because they're all in bags and she can put them back in the bags for me. Because she's such a sweet girl. So this one is another one that I worked on. All threads, lots of purple. This is a HAED. Mini Shoot the Moon. And this is over 50% stitched. Lots of purples. And I've filled in a lot of the purples in here. Filled in a lot of some of the black in here and more of the purples over there. So I was really happy with getting a good amount of that. I'm actually hoping to get this one finished this year. That'll be good. So that is Heaven and Earth's Mini Shoot the Moon on 16 count. Ada, more specialty floss. Specialty fibres from my lovely white cat. So, there we go. The next one I'm going to show is Mini Kitty Magic. It's a grayscale pattern. Not that they're all grey, there's some other colours in amongst all of them. And this one I definitely want to get finished this year, because I'm over 75% finished on it, and I literally just have that bottom row to do, because this is down the bottom. And yes, I did cut it a bit short, hence why I've had to put some fabric on the end so I can fit it in my Q-snap. But plenty of for me to frame, because I frame my own pictures anyway. So this is Mini Kitty Magic on 16 count Ada. This is before I had delved into the world of Evenweave. And this is another one I definitely want to get finished this year, since I am over 50% stitched on it. And I had to give up my black cat that I had, and my friend now has him, and he's still going strong, but he's about 17 years old now. And this is basically of him, because he's a black long haired cat. So that's Mini Kitty Magic 16 count Heaven and Earth designs. Lots of black white fur fun. Thank you, Sweet Pea. This is one I started in December. Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. As a lot of you will know, she is part of the group Crash Test Dummies, and I've been watching Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour right from when she started FlossTube. Not knowing who she was at the time, I just loved her quirkiness. I loved her personality on the videos. I just thought it was a fun watch. And she's now designing her own designs now, and she's put one out called I need to look it up, that's terrible, The Swans of River House. And I basically bought it and I started it the next day. And I've got most of the water completed. There's just some of the white stitches I haven't finished at this end. Oh no, this end, because the white stitches at this end I haven't finished yet. Then we'll get on to the swans. So that's that one, and the design looks like, I did take some screenshots, should pay attention to that. This is what it looks like. Oh, there we go. Oh, back over there, miss. They can see you. I'm really enjoying stitching that one. This one is Round Butterfly. This was one of those ones where I don't wish to say where I got it from, but it is one I did make a hell of a lot of progress on. And I got a really good amount done in this one. Have I got that out the right way? No, I didn't, but I do now. And this, the black was way down here, so I literally filled in all that black. So I just needed some mindless stitching. This was during when I had my chest infection, I think. Then I got a lot of that done. So it's probably another one one of these ones that I want to get finished this year. We'll see how that goes. This one is Marvelous Garden. I don't think I've got any more done on this. This was a start since I started FlossTube. And I haven't got any more on that one done yet. I will get back to it. Might put a few days here and there. This is on 25 count Easy Guide. Heaven and Earth Designs, Marvelous Garden. This one is Once Upon a Fairytale. This one is one of those BAPs, what I call a BAP. Others might not, but I call it a BAP. It's maxed colour, regular chart. And I had started it in the middle. This is on 25 count easy guide. Some of these big ones it's like, yep, I can't do these on like 20 count or 18 count. They're just too much, too big, and I don't have enough wall space. And I like starting in the middle sometimes to make sure I get it, and with big ones like this, so I get it in the right place. So this is where we are with it. But I definitely prefer working from the bottom up. So I did work my way down to the bottom, and I will keep working from there up and have it all match up, hopefully. Otherwise fudging it is. But that's where I am up to. Whoops, move that over a bit. That's where I'm up to with this one. Saki Dragon. Once Upon a Fairytale is a Heaven and Earth design as well. Saki Dragon from Paine Crafts. This is what this one looks like. And I probably should have showed you the picture of what Once Upon a Fairytale looks like. So let's get back to that one. Oh, there it is. So I do apologise, I should have showed that one. That's what Once Upon a Fairytale looks like. I'll tip that up so you can see it. Hence the max colour for that one. A little out of practice since I was got quite ill. And this is Saki Dragon, where I've got to with this. Almost don't, oops! Dropped a needle minder. Figure that out in a minute. This is Saki Dragon. Whoops. Definitely out of practice here. So this is where I'm up to with Saki Dragon. This is on 25 count easy guide as well. Pick up the back, I'd say the front is in there. Yep, there it is. Good, don't want to lose them. Just pop them in there. I'll just pop that one there. Haunted House. This is one I started, I can't say exactly when. I know I showed a lot of progress on it the last time I brought it in, and please tell me I have a picture of it in here. No, I'd say that's on my phone. We'll have to bring that up. There it is. Haunted House. I don't do a lot of Halloween designs, but for some reason this one called to me. I really like this one. So lots of bright colours. I do thread drops, I don't do bobbinating, drives me nuts. And this is where I got to in the end. I'll probably get this one finished this year to be another one of those. This one is Tulip 1. I did this for a couple of days. I hadn't worked on this one for quite a long time. And I worked on this I think for about 2-3 days. And that's what I got up to all up with this one. And I had worked on all this area in here and where the page break is. I know I've got needle minders there, but if I'm not going back to it in a hurry, I do tend to put the needle into the fabric so the needle doesn't get lost. So that's what that one's about. And Tulip, let's see. Yes, I didn't take a picture of that one. No, I didn't. I do apologise for that. I will put a picture of it at the end of my video so you can see what it looks like in its entirety. Okay. This one is my Happy Mood Point sale that I started. And I didn't get anywhere near as much done as I would have liked. And this is starting down in the bottom right corner. And this is using Country Stitches Ashes. Yeah. And I really love the colours. I'm doing the ombre effect colourway that I had pinched from an Aussie in a Kiwi world. I did ask first, and she was all good with that. So they're the colours that I picked, which is 3865, 747, 3766, 3849 and 3847. And they just work really well together. So that's where I'm up to with my Happy Mood Point sale, and I do have a picture of that one. Well, I thought I did anyway. I will pop a picture at the end of the video. I'm so sorry, I'm so disorganised today. Well, I thought I was organised anyway. Oh, hang on. Sometimes I'm a numpty. That's that one there. So I've started on this one down here. Note to self, look in bag, see if pick is in bag. Next one is, oh yes, the Foursome reel. After I had my thumb surgery, or when I was just before I went in to have my thumb surgery, and the first day out when I did some stitching on this one, and this is another one that I do actually want to get finished this year. This is a Long Dog Sampler. There's a group of 4 charts, and I've already finished one of them, and not framed yet, and this is one of the other ones. There's 4 charts all in all, and I'm using a Silks for You thread, which is the main colour, and lots of different thread picker silks. So this is where I'm up to, but it's over 50% stitched, and I don't have a picture of this one, I know that. So I will find a picture of it and I will post it at the end so you can see what it looks like. And so this is that one, which I'm hoping to get finished this year. This is a Christmas one that I started after I did my last FlossTube. I've had a few starts. And this is called Santa Over the City. I bought this from Our Stitching House on Etsy. So I've stitched part of this one. It's pretty full coverage all down the bottom here, but the top half isn't full coverage. So I picked a piece of 14 count DMC, printed fabrics, the greeny bluey one. Yep, that can stay in there good. Can't show the chart. Lots and lots of pretty colours. The magnet there, and obviously I started down in the bottom And that's where I got to so far with it. Move my hand. And I'm really, really happy with the progress of that one so far. So I've finished most of this house here and part of the roof on this house. So I'm really, really happy with that one. That's that one. This one's the Ballerina kit that I had got from JK's in Australia. Bear with me because I've got to move this in a way so obviously we don't show the chart. And I don't think I've got any more done on this since I last showed it. Getting sick kind of puts a dampener on some things, plans that you might have had, but that's where I'm up to with this one. And it looks like this, because my daughter does ballet, and unfortunately because I had COVID I missed out on going to her ballet recital, which really upset me quite a bit. But her father has recorded it all. He has a jump drive and that I purchased specifically for her dance recital to go onto, and he is going to be putting it onto that so that I can at least see it. It's not the same, but I have to take what I can get. She's 14. She did really, really well. What I heard, she told me that she did better than she did the year before. One can be super proud of her for that. Now this one, oops, sorry, is Cat Lovers. Jarden Prive. This is the stitch along I'm doing with Nara from Nara's Crafts. This is what it looks like. Oh, sorry about the glare. I have not got a lot done on this at all. I think this was during October when I had a really, really low stitching month. I don't really know what was going on in October, apart from, yeah, that was the start of when I got the chest infection. But that's where I'm up to so far. Yep, I've got my threads on a ring attached to the magnet. Seems like a good idea to keep it safe. And these are the threads that I've picked. Silks for you. The way to keep it safe. My daughter's dancing on the other side of the camera in between me showing my stitching. She's finding that rather amusing. This is Paine Crafts, Colours of Spring. Sorry for the glare, let's tip that in a way that's no glare. There we go. That's that one. And this one is on 18 count, I think. No, 16 count, the same as the other Paine Crafts Esmeralda, because I decided I wanted them to be the same size so they could be hanging up together. And this is Colours of Spring, and this is where I'm up to. I know I'm about 25% stitched on this one, and because of its size I should be able to get this one finished this year. Should being the operative word. You are a nutter, child. This is my newest start, and this one is called something Leap. Just look at my sheet. Sunset Leap. And this was a chart that An Aussie in a Kiwi World sent down to me. It's in paper format, so no, it's not in PK. So I'm having to do it the old-fashioned way of marking off a piece of paper. This was my New Year's Day start. There we go. And got corals showing up already. So I'm really looking forward to that, of how that's going. So we'll just pop that one over there. This is one I started a while ago as well, and I actually got a fair bit stitched on this. This is called Sea Turtle. This is also a pain-free kit, pain-free crafts kit that I received from the Crystal Club. And this is where I had got to with it. That this was all that I've stitched since I started my FlossTube, and that's where I'm up to. As you can see, lots of white over here. Oh. But I love the colours. Love the colours on that one. This was my Christmas Day start. This is an artisy, I'm getting them mixed up here. This is Pain-Free Crafts. And I was wrapped a lovely chart. Whoop, let's throw it at you. From Kristen Bale for my birthday. I got COVID on the 9th of December. My birthday was on the 11th of December, so I had lots of fun on my birthday. I slept half the day. And she wrapped me this for my birthday. I absolutely love it. It was on my wish list, and she sneakily went on there and bought it and sent it to me, and that is where I got to. So this was my Christmas Day start. So I've started down in the corner again, and I'll work my way up. This is on, I think this one's on 28 count. Yes. This was my foray into 28 count easy guide. Now I love it, but I think it'll be the only one I'll be doing on 28 count. I haven't put all the colours in yet, but that's a lot of colours for such a small amount that's already done. So that's that one. This one was a chart that Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, had wrecked me quite some time ago, and this is Monach Dragon, and I bought the kit for this when I think Colours of Spring arrived, or one of the other ones, I can't remember, or Saki Dragon I think it would be, sorry, and Monach Dragon is this one. This is another fairly small one. I should actually be able to get this one finished. Should. Again, being the operative word, it depends on how many other things catch my mind. And the next one is Angel from Tilt and Crafts. I'm not going to forget that one. And I just absolutely loved the colours in this one. This is another one where I will need to show it on my tablet. Angel from Tilt and Crafts. And these are, this one's stitched on 25 count. Most of my full coverages now are on any that I start are on 25 count, apart from that one where I try a 28 count. Not likely to do that again. I find I do actually need to have my light on to do that one, and this is where I got to with Angel. I'm not sure if I stitched any more since my last video. I think I did do a couple of days on it, but that's where I'm up to with Angel, starting down in the corner, as has been the, yeah, what I prefer to do. This is one I also started since starting FlossTube, and this one I bought off a lovely lady, I think she lives in Porirua, which is about a 30-40 minute drive from me. And Gayla, she was selling this kit and I bought it. It's a Mystic Stitch kit. I'll have to add the photo on the end because it's over in the bag over there and I didn't bring it over. Oops. But I will add a picture at the end. And I don't think I've stitched any more since the last FlossTube, even with this one, but that's alright, we'll get back to that. It is actually starting to be cooling. This one is Beloved from Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's on 25 count. That's where I'm up to with that. I have done a couple of days on that since my last video, so it's just lots of black. Our favourite colour. And this is Beloved. I know a few people are doing this one, or have done so. And Mini Kitty Magic, I should have showed that one. That's what that one will look like when it's finished. So disorganised this time. And the HAED Shoot the Moon, I didn't show that one before either. I do apologise. And that's what that one will look like when it's completed. I don't think there's any of the other ones yet. No. Okay. I guess we'll go into haul now. I did buy a couple of more charts from Artsy during their sale. I bought this one, Polar Bears from Artsy. Just love the blues. I think it's gorgeous. And I also bought White Dragon from Artsy as well. I have bought a bunch of other little charts and that, but I won't show them all because the video is going to be long enough as it is. But I might pop some pictures up in future videos of various charts that I have bought off Etsy. Yeah, there's quite a list here, but we won't go there right now. I have received, and do have a little bit of haul. And we'll start off with, if you recall in my last video, I held up a box of a bunch of goodies for an ornament swap that I was a part of, and I always like to add some extra little goodies. I went round to her house and delivered that to her within, I think, about a week or so after I did that video, and spent a good, I think nearly 3-4 hours at her house. It was absolutely amazing. She loves Christmas as much as I do. And so she was literally putting her Christmas tree up at that particular day. And so she was rapt to actually get her Christmas decoration on that day. I got my Christmas goodie bag, my ornament swap, and I'll just have to reach forward to get the ornament because it's on my tree, which is behind the camera. Excuse me. And this was the ornament that I received. I absolutely love it. And it won't be going away in the box. That'll just get put somewhere on a wall somewhere because I just think it's gorgeous and too good to be hidden away in a box for a year. So that's not going to happen. And I'll just grab another one off because my stepdaughter gave her father a Christmas decoration as well for Christmas. And she went and bought him a little train at the Quilt Symposium. If you recall one of my videos, I bought a lot of haul from there. They had a stand there of stitching ornaments, and my stepdaughter bought her father a little train ornament. And she thought that was perfect for him, which it is, because he has his train layout downstairs. Now in my ornament swap, I've shown you the ornaments. They also came with a pair of scissors. Can never have too many pairs of scissors. And a scissor keep. Oh, a little bag that it goes into. Harry Potter. When my stepdaughter saw that, she was like, beautiful. She is an absolute fan of Harry Potter. And so I did buy her a Harry Potter planner for her for next year for school, which she uses. I bought one for myself as well. Which I will put some, well, like my stitch count each day, but I will have to figure out how I'm going to use the 2023 book of days, because the person who sent me my ornament also sent a book of days, which I was absolutely shocked by, so I need to figure out how I can use it. Any tips are welcome, leaving me a message. And she also gave me some beautiful flosses, some DMC 4047, 4212, 4017, 4245 is actually one of my favourites. So thank you, Paula King, for my lovely parcel. I absolutely love it. 4042. Again, apologies for my nails, but I will show the reason why my nails are like that. Because I didn't pair gloves on. I really ought to do that. 4073. 4072. So I haven't been able to put any of this away till I could do a video. And last but not least, not last because there's a couple other things, is Silks for You from May 2022. Lovely, it's called Sassy Pouch. Lovely multi-variegated thread, which I think's just stunning. Love it. Things to put in my book a day, so I'm guessing that'll work. I did buy a bunch of stickers and stuff and labels. A lovely card, which a beautiful message in there. And a lovely little pattern, which I might do for one of my girls so they can hang it up in their bedroom. Because my 9-year-old loves pies. Can't stand mince, but she'll eat a mince and cheese pie. Go figure. That one's a bit hard to understand. My husband, after Christmas, went for a wee little trip. Oh, I've got a big ring as well, which should probably get used for Waterhole Masters when I get that one going. He went up to Upper Hutt on his own, up to Craft, while they had a 40% off store-wide sale. And he decided he would go into Craft and buy me a belated birthday present, because none of us could go anywhere at that particular time. And so he came home with a bunch of DMC floss. So we've got two of my favourite colours. Some beautiful bright colours he picked. And he said, I got the only yellow they had left, which was 444, which is good because it's not enough yellows. Lots of other beautiful, lovely colours. So he earned some brownie points that day. And so he thought he'd chuck in some more drab colours, hence the 3787 and 371, but they all work because they need to be in amongst those ones. He also bought a variegated one, the 115. So he did good. But he also bought, not that I knew at the time, I knew about it but I just hadn't bought one. He bought a glow in the dark thread, which I don't have any now. I do have one. He earned brownie points that day. He did well. I bought these. I think I bought these from, yeah, I think I bought these from Lincraft actually. They're pastel colours. Now I'm not going to hold them all up, I'm going to hold them from that way because it's easier to see what they are. Now I know how hard it is to be able to stitch and you don't have a lot of funds to do so. And it's really, really hard to get some supplies up. So I thought, not by getting these, but I thought I'd buy these so people can go and get a pack because they're pretty cost effective, and design a couple of designs using pastel colours because I know what it's like to struggle, and I thought let's go with that. Or basically you can use whatever colours. Most of my designs are going to be use whatever colours you like. Pick your favourites. There's no set colours. But I thought I'd do ones like that so if people wanted to follow the colours then they could do so in a cost effective manner because I know how hard it is. Or you just stitch from stash. If you've got stash, of course. So, we'll move on to the Silks for You winter pack. This was the winter exclusive. Isn't it lovely? We have WCM 002. The season's colour blue. It's beautiful. I have a lot of light because the window's right there. We have PR 101. The colour's pretty close. We have PR 039. I've got one similar to this. It's stunning. I love that. I can put them away now. PR Natural, which is a creamy, it's a creamy colour, which is lovely. We have CM 003, which we love. And we have WCM 001. It's a lovely pale green. That's a bit washed out. It is more green. Is that helping? Not really. No. But we love that. I was also part of the Silks for You 12 Days of Christmas. Now I'm not going to show these in order of days because I can't remember now because I don't have them in the individual little envelopes. But it came with 2 patterns. This is one of the patterns, which is lovely, and the floss to make it, which is lovely, and a Biscornu pattern. Which I do have several Biscornu patterns, and I haven't actually stitched one. Sorry for the crinkle. It came with some buttons to put in the middle. I couldn't show you the other side because the chart's there. And the pin, which I think is lovely. Oh, don't want to lose it. Good catching. So I'll just pop them there. Now I do have these in a bucket. That's right. Scissors. Again, can never have too many scissors. They're just gorgeous. It was a garden theme this year and it was just lovely. We got a couple of needle minders to match the pin. I got a red one and a pink one. Again, I can't remember the days, numbers when they came in. We got a lovely piece of floss. This is day 1. It tells me. That's easy. I'll put all these away. That'd be cool. Awesome. We got a scissor key. Again, flowers and beautiful flowers on the big bead in the middle. I think that's beautiful. More flosses. which is, I think this is, oh yeah, 12 Days of Christmas, an orange, number 3, number 2 and number 4. I think this is the other one that goes with, yep, it is. It's the other one that goes with this design, number 4. So after this I'll pop that into that bag with it so it can be considered fully kitted once I put a piece of fabric with it. This one is, not sure which day, again, beautiful colours, a pink, multicoloured, and a pink, get my colours right, yellow and a green. This one is a combination of these 3 colours. Just gorgeous. She'll probably have put a disclaimer in that if you haven't yet got your Silks For You package, please don't watch this section. Some silk ribbon on a lovely little wooden bobbin. These were the 3 major size pieces, flosses. A lovely orange. It is more orange than what it's showing up. It's probably closer on this side. That's that one. That's a quarter hank or a 40 metre length. This is a half hank and it's more red. It's just gorgeous. It's actually very similar, but it's slightly darker than 3804 DMZ colour, but it's slightly darker. So that could be a help if you're trying to get something similar. Put these away in my Silks For You drawers later. And the big one that we got on New Year's Eve, which is a full hank, just untangle it, of a purple. Now that is gorgeous. It's not quite that dark, it's a bit lighter than that, and it's just lovely. Absolutely love that. I'll just pop that over there. Oh, and I got my thread pickers package that I joined in on Eileen's thread picker page, her sale page, and I bought a few threads and fabrics from her because she does some really awesome fabrics. So I had an idea of the type of colours that I wanted, and so I probably went a bit overboard, but you get that. So I bought a piece of 28 count. They're just fat quarters, 19 by 27. This is 28 count Evenweave bubbles. I'm not going to take them out of the packaging. The colour's telling fairly true. It's slightly lighter than that. That one's called Bubbles. This one is 28 count bold Mermaid Waters. This one is Shallow Water, 28 count. Might have had a blue theme. Sunlit Glen, 28 count. It's more green than that. It's more of an apple-y green. This is Cosmos, 28 count. This is Oink, 28 counts, a really nice pale pink. This one is Golden Peach, 32 count, because someone in one of my stitching groups popped in just before me and got the 28 count, and so I had to go with the 32 count. Stuart, you know who you are, 32 count. We're trying to convince him to do a floss tube. We might get him there someday. 32 count subtle hints. That's got like green, really pale greens and pale yellows in it, and it's just really lovely. It's not really showing up on camera sadly, but we love it. And I did buy a bunch of threads. Of course, you can't go without buying some threads. So now hopefully the glare isn't going to be too bad, because I don't want to have to take them out of the packaging. So we got Mitchell Modern, which is a foresty green colour. Oh, that's not too bad actually, good. Oh, that works. Forest green colour, but it's Mitchell McLean. We got Eildon. That's fairly close. True to colour, yep. And we have Pride of Scotland. Lovely purples. And Black Watch. I love this blue colour, it's stunning. I also got some Jet Black. We all know Jet Black. And this one is Copper Sulphate. Is that blue? So they're showing up pretty true to colour. Pleased about that. And these four is Munro, which is the red. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. That's C-E-I-L-I-D-H. That's the multicoloured one. Tartan and Athena. This one's Athena. This one's Tartan. We also got Artichoke, which is the green. And Abyss, Cinnamon, Alabaster. And the last one, it's another one of cinnamon, tartan. We got Aqua. That is Plaidish. I think that's Munro, that one. Yeah. Highland Fling, which is this one here. And this one is Calvert House, which is this green, mossy coloured green. Tartan, and that one I can't pronounce. So that's all my order from Thread Pickers. Now we're getting to the dyeing fiasco. The first piece I'm showing you is not what's caused my nails to be the colour they are. But I finally got to dyeing a piece of fabric, which for some reason I don't think is going to show up that well on the camera. We can only hope it does. Is this one. It's not showing up very well, so we'll fold it in half and maybe that'll work better, because then the light won't get behind it. Yeah, no, that's not working. But it's actually a tanny colour, mottled tan, moss green colour. I do spray bottle dyeing because I like to have a little bit more control of where the colour is. No, it's not going to work for me. I do apologise for that. I'll see if I can get a decent photo and I'll put it in at the end. But this is for the Year in the Woods sale from last year, now that I've got them all. And I went through my Weeks Dye Works threads, and some of the colours I already had, which was awesome. And others I've just swapped out because I want to use some of these threads up. So yeah, we've put in some of these threads so that I can get them used instead of sitting in a box looking pretty. We've swapped out even some of the other ones, plain ones, for some of the ones in here. So this is for the Jackrabbit. We've pulled out these two for the Jackrabbit. Yeah, we've pulled out these ones for the raccoon. And these ones for the ferret. These ones for the bear. These ones for the bald eagle. No point them sitting in a box, we may as well pull the threads out and use them where we can. This one for the owl. I actually had the colour for the owl, so I was rapt about that. These ones for the woodpecker. This one for the bat. This one for the beaver. But I think I can pull out a purple that'll work for that. I'll have to look into that. And these for the reindeer. Love the reindeer. Think he's stunning. So that's the reindeer, the beaver, the brown bat, the woodpecker, the barn owl, the bald eagle, the bear, the ferret, the raccoon, jackrabbit, the swans, and the fox. So they are mostly kitted up. I just need to make note of my changes properly. I've got the fabric sorted now. Took me long enough. So many good things to do though. So here comes to the reason for my fingers being the way they are. Right. I am going to be doing the Theresa Made Me Do It sale. Or she initially wanted it to be called the Fancy Lady sale, which means you could pick any fancy lady, whether it is a full coverage on a HAED or a Paine for Krafts or Artisy, whichever you wish to do. Can be full coverage or non-full coverage. Mirabilia, Nora Corbett, Bella Filipina, Lavender and Lace. So many to choose from. Anyone can join. She does have a group, a Theresa Made Me Do It sale group. So I am going to be doing Hanan. Oh, that's better. Hanan. Sorry, I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but you can see which one it is because I've got them in separate bags so we don't get the flosses all mixed up. We've got Miyari. Oops. Because I have shown these before. And this one because it's green. It'll just make it look weird. And Tala. I'm going to do these all on one piece of fabric. Is that stupid? Brave? Or just lost my mind? So I'm going to do them on one piece of fabric. And I couldn't find obviously a piece of fabric that would work for what I wanted because doing them on one piece, that's a bit more difficult. So I eventually decided, well, I'm just going to dye my own. I just didn't wear gloves. So I started this piece first. I bought a piece of Linda fabric off a local dyer. She didn't dye it, I dyed it. Country Stitch, I bought a piece of Linda fabric. And it was going to be perfect, I thought. But I could not get it dark enough. The Linda fabric wouldn't hold on to the dye. I was a bit disappointed about that, but never mind. So I've got it going from a blue right through to just a nice pale purple. And I love the way it looks, but it just wasn't dark enough for me, for what I wanted it to be for. So this will get used for something else. And I dyed it twice, and I still couldn't get it to keep the dye. But it'll get used for something else. It certainly will not go to waste. May end up being used for 2 or 3 designs in the end, because the colour's still gorgeous. It's just lighter than I was hoping for. And like I said, I did it twice and it still wouldn't hold on to the dye. So I pulled out my piece of 28 count that I had instead. Thankfully it was big enough. Dyed this twice too. And I got it close as I'm going to get, I think. From a medium blue through to a beautiful purpley pink. Oh, that shows up nice on that camera. It's a little bit brighter than that. And a little bit darker. This is the reason why My nails are dyed. This one's the worst. But oh well, I trimmed all my nails because they look that bad. So this is what I'm going to be doing all those three on. Yari is going to be this side. I think Hana is on this side. And Tala is going to be in the middle. Haven't started it yet, clearly. I have all the flosses for him. I have majority of the beads for Miyari. I'm missing the treasures and the metallic threads. And I need the beads and metallic threads for both Tala and Hana. So this is the fabric that's going to be used for those three. And I'm really pleased with how this piece has turned out. Not my hands though, but never mind. But this will get used for something else, so we'll pop that over into the haul section really. That's pretty much all that I've stitched on since I started FlossTube. Like I said, a couple are no longer with me because I gave, one is no longer with me because I gave that to a friend. And because she's going to do a surprise for somebody at the end of the year, Christmas surprise, and I gave her the little reindeer that I had stitched. So she could, and that's alright. But I can finally show the little ornament that I stitched for my friend that was in the box that I couldn't show in my last video. And this is the little guy that I stitched. Oh, trying to get that without glare. There we go. And amongst my Christmas display. Went straight on her tree and she absolutely loves it. And I loved stitching it. It was a lot of fun stitching that one. So, would like to make a couple of shout outs. Kel Stitches. I sure hope this year's a better year for you, Kel. That's just, you had a bad year last year and I hope this year's much better for you and a lot more calmer. Miss your videos. Dizzy Stitcher? Who doesn't shout him out? He's so funny. He hasn't done a video for a while, but that's because he's literally in the air right now, flying back to Australia because he went to see his mum in the UK. But we'll leave the rest of those details for him to tell in his next FlossTube. Nara's Crafts. I know she's put a video out recently, and I haven't watched any FlossTube for a couple of weeks, to be honest. But I've had a lot to deal with Christmas and being sick, so you know that's all right. An Aussie in a Kiwi world. She is such an enabler. She's so terrible, but we love her anyway. And I have no doubt, you know, she'll keep enabling me. But then she's told me that I'm probably going to take over her title. No, not going to happen. Who else? Cat Stitch. She's recently put up her WIP parade. I did watch her WIP parade. I lie. Sorry. I did watch her WIP parade. So it's all good. There's a lot I've got to catch up on. Fiction and Floss. I know she's put up a video which I haven't watched yet. She put one up at the end of last year or at the start. I can't remember which one. Her first half is generally on reading. So if you're reading, and if you love reading and you love stitching, she's a good one to go and watch. I don't read a lot. I used to read a lot. I still do read, but just not very often. But I love the stitching she's doing. She's doing an awesome job. And the only other thing I can think of is if you're in a stitching group, like I'm part of the New Zealand cross stitch group, obviously, you know, I live in New Zealand. But if you've got a stitching group nearby, Facebook group near you, and they have video chats, I know it's daunting the first time because it took me a while to do it. And then looking back, it's like, why was it? Why did it take me a while to do it? Jump in. Join those video chats. You will open your world to a bunch of new friends you never knew you could have. Since I've started joining these groups, I've made so many new friends. And I've met some absolutely awesome people. Whether it be via Zoom chats, like I've joined some of Darren's Zoom chats, or whether it's local, you know, messenger chats, messenger video chats. Jump in, join in. People are more than happy to welcome you with open arms. And maybe for a lot of people, that'll lessen that loneliness. Join them. You'll be so much better off with it. So I send my love out to all of you, and I feel for all of my US friends and even anybody else. Keep warm. I know you've had it really hard the last couple of weeks with polar blasts and that, and you know, I hope they all settle down soon. And get back to some form of normality. One more shout out, Alara the Stitcher. Hugs to you. You know why. My heart goes out to you. I know I'm saying a lot. Keep warm if you're in a cold place. Keep cool if you're in a hot place. Once I'm finished, my sliding door's getting opened. I don't think my neighbours need to hear me talking to myself. They'll think I'm going nuts. Maybe I am. Who knows? Enjoy the rest of your day. Let the stitching take you to another world. And may 2023 be the best year possible for all of you. And on that note, I'm going to go bye. Catch you next time, and hopefully not so long in between.